Okay, so I've been putting together this video for several days, and I realized that this has nothing to do directly with trucking. I've tried to integrate some trucking stuff into it, but it really is not trucking related. And I'm thinking about why is it that I need to do this video, and I want to tell you guys why I needed to do this video. I have, and my family knows this. Not everyone who knows me knows this about me, but I have a rare neurological disorder caused by a genetic mutation. Very few people in the world have it, and it can be debilitating if you don't have it under control. Now, I'm lucky that this is the only thing that I've got. A lot of people who have this disorder have a whole slew of other things. So I've got just this one thing, major thing. And the way I picture it out, in order to maintain balance, if I think of my disorder as like a seesaw, just a straight board, I have to keep myself in balance so that that seesaw doesn't hit the ground on either side. If it hits the ground on one side or the other, I'll have an attack. And the attacks can be debilitating. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I have an attack, I'm done until I can get back up out of the attack. The disorder I have is they classify it as a migraine, even though I don't actually get a headache when I get an attack. It's neurological, so it's based in the brain, so I guess they had to label it something. But when my attacks hit, they are stroke-like symptoms. I literally, half of my body is gone. Either it's numb, tingling, immobile, whatever. It's done. So that balance I have to keep in order to keep functioning. Now, on one side of the teeter-totter is what I call self-care. I have to eat regularly. I have to get all the nutrients that my body needs. I have to hydrate. I have to minimize my stress. I have to make sure I get enough sleep. It's the self-care that everybody tries to obtain in their life to keep themselves balanced. And that's just one side of my equation. Now, the other side of my equation is my medication. If I don't take my meds, or if I don't have the right balance of meds, or I miss meds, whatever, that side of the teeter-totter isn't in balance with the self-care. If I'm not taking care of myself, but I'm taking my meds, it's going to throw the balance off. So I have to maintain both. And anytime you introduce something into that, it can throw the balance off. For example, when I had coronavirus, I wasn't able to maintain the self-care because I wasn't feeling it. So the coronavirus, when it hit me, I ended up having an attack because I was out of balance. And with coronavirus, when I had that attack, because coronavirus causes blood clots, I did not know if I was having an attack or if I was having blood clots causing strokes. So I ended up in the emergency room. Now, whenever I see a doctor about my issue, generally I'm having to educate them about what it is that I've got. It's very unusual for me to find a non-specialist who actually understands what I have, let alone what to do about it. Now, there is no cure for what I have, and there is no set treatment for what I have. It's all about finding the right balance of meds to go with my particular metabolism, chemical makeup, whatever you want to call it. And I'm lucky. A lot of people that have my disorder have not found the right medication balance. I have. With my meds, I can stay balanced enough to be a functional human being. Without, like I said, if anything is off on my balance, I won't be functional. So the reason I did doing this video is because when it came time for me to get my shot, that's a new med that could throw my balance off. I needed to do the research to find out how it could affect me. And I could not find anything like what I'm putting together for this. If I had had the video that I'm making now, I wouldn't have been so hesitant for getting the shots, because I would have been able to know what happens with this balance. So that's why I went ahead and did this video. I didn't do it for my trucking friends. I did it for people like me who didn't have access to the information that I'm providing. So anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks. Hello. So the ongoing saga of me getting my shot. All right, so came home from home time and had an appointment set up for today to get my shot done. The schedule didn't work based on my pickup. I wasn't going to make it here in time, so I rescheduled it for this evening. And then the news broke about the Johnson & Johnson shot going on pause in the United States. So I got an email letting me know that because of the change in the Johnson & Johnson, they were transitioning me from Johnson & Johnson to the Moderna. So I did a little bit of research. I have a Facebook group that I'm a part of that I reached out, that have a lot of people that have my disorder. So I reached out to them on Facebook and I asked open-ended question. I said, okay, so this is what happened. They're switching me to Moderna. Has anybody had the shot? And are they willing to tell their experience from the Moderna shot? I had several people that had replied, said, got my first one, got my second one. I had people talking about jab versus shot, which means they weren't necessarily in the U.S. But several people replied to tell me what their experiences were. Several people said they had no problems whatsoever. One person said they had it in January, still so far no problem. One person said the first shot was fine. The second shot, she felt flu symptoms for like 3 or 4 days afterwards, but it passed. Only one person, and this group is about 2,500 people worldwide on this Facebook group. Only one person said that she had gotten the shot and had an attack but it was only after the second shot, and it was about 2 days after the second shot she had an attack. But her meds caught it in time, so she was able to function. So she didn't go full-blown into her attack. So I did the research. I went, okay, fine, I'll try it. I'll go ahead and do the first shot, and then I'll schedule the second shot, and then schedule home time for right after that, so that if I do have an issue 2, 3, 4 days after the shot, I'll be sitting at home for that. So I went ahead and I said, okay, fine, I'm gonna go ahead and do the Moderna. Well, then this morning, I have like an hour window, hour playtime to get on my schedule in order to get to the yard to get there in time to get a car and get over to get my shot. And I crossed the state line And right when I cross the state line, I hear a boom. And I got a blown tire. Not only do I have blown tire on the trailer, but when the tire blew, it damaged the rim behind it. And I've got an air leak in the system. Now, an air leak means that the braking system isn't functioning appropriately, because air is what powers the brakes. They're pneumatic brakes. They're not hydraulic. In a car, it's brake fluid. In a truck, it's air. It's air pressure. And I have a slow leak. And my air pressure buildup is not keeping up with the leak. Well, it's about keeping pace. It's slowly going down. But if I rev up the engine, it will build back up. So I'm sitting on the side of the road with this issue. So I call road service, and they tell me to go ahead and go. There's a tire shop the very next exit up, to go ahead and limp it in and get it fixed. But this eats up my hour. So I call the office and I went, okay, I was scheduled for the shot at this time. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it today. It'll be late before I get to the yard. So we need to schedule it for tomorrow. And she went, okay, I got you scheduled for Pfizer. I was like, no. I haven't researched Pfizer. I've researched Moderna. I have not researched Pfizer. Please don't make me go research another one. And she went, okay, hold on. Yeah. She goes, okay, what time? I said, well, I'm going to be there tonight, so put me first thing in the morning. And she scheduled me. And so now I have an appointment at a drive-through instead of a clinic to get the Moderna shot tomorrow. And yeah, I'm driving through. No, I'm not driving through in this truck. I'm going to be using one of the company pickup trucks. Apparently there's turns or something like that this thing, even without a trailer, wouldn't be able to handle. So hopefully again, this time, 1, 2, 3, fifth time's a charm. Hopefully fifth time's a charm, and I will actually be doing a video of the shot following up after this. So fingers crossed. Let's hope it goes good. Talk to you soon. Hello everybody. So they wouldn't let me do the video for the camera or the shot, so I ended up having to do it without it. So I just did it. I'm with another person from work. In the company vehicle, obviously. This isn't my truck, but I've got the shot done. I am waiting the amount of time because of my allergies, so we will see what happens. I'll update you soon. Bye. Okay, hello everybody. So I got the shot yesterday. And then I went to work. I had 700 miles to run yesterday. I ran it. And at the start of the day I was okay. But by the time I got to where I needed to get to for my delivery, I was nauseous. Every time I ate something, it felt like my stomach was trying to give it back. I had no appetite whatsoever. The muscle aches were coming in. Yeah, and then I did my delivery, went to bed, woke up, and my arm is killing me. And I haven't eaten anything yet because just the thought of putting food in my mouth makes me want to gag. Okay. So I neglected to ask a very important question when I did my research, or a very important part of the question. I forgot to ask, what's the difference if you had COVID and got the first shot and hadn't had COVID and got the first shot? So what I'm experiencing right now are the symptoms that they're saying that they got with the second shot. And I'm experiencing it with the first. And then they say that the symptoms on the second shot is worse than the first shot. So, that being said, yeah, I feel like crap. This shot is kicking me in the keister. It's knocking me down. I'm not going to be able to do as many miles today as I did yesterday. But I'm still going to be able to do miles, which I wasn't able to do with COVID. They did say I could take some headache medication, which I have a headache. It's not a migraine. It's just a headache. So I'll probably do that. I haven't taken my temperature, but I know my arm feels a little warm. Anyway, so I'm gonna muddle through today, which is something I couldn't have done when I had COVID. Muddle through today, and hopefully, like everybody, like all the research says, by tomorrow morning I'll be feeling fine, and get back into the full swing of things. Anyway, so I will touch base with you again in a bit. Bye. Hello, everyone. So I just finished up day 2 after my vaccine, and I want to step back to yesterday. Yesterday was a really tough day. That was day 1 after the vaccine. I spent most of the day sleeping. I slept until I had my appointment in the afternoon, where I showed up about half hour early for my afternoon appointment. And then they put me in the dock, and normally I don't want them to take forever to load me because I want to get going and get gone. But this time it took them like, I think about 4.5 hours to load me. And I slept all of the time that I was in the dock. They woke me up at about 5:30, somewhere in that ballpark, with my paperwork and ready to seal up the trailer in the afternoon. So I slept from about 3 o'clock in the morning until like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, with 20 miles of driving in the middle of that. So I should have been good to go for quite a bit, but I only made it about 6 hours before I ran out of steam. And I already knew what I was going to be doing today. So I planned it out that, okay, if I made it at least as far as I did last night, that I would have to run hard for the next 2 days, but it would still be doable. And based on all the research that I found, the vaccine, the side effects it started about 24 hours and lasted a day or 2. So I was hoping that I would be more towards the day, or not, and not the 2 days. I did have a fever. I was exhausted. I hurt. My arm had a knot in it from where they had done the shot. Nauseous. Couldn't eat. Well, I had to eat, but I didn't want to eat. And it was just a miserable day. That being said, it's a lot better than having coronavirus. I've had coronavirus, been there, done that. I don't want to get another one. I don't want to get it again. So that's why I went ahead and did the vaccine. And the vaccine, much better than coronavirus, even with the side effects. Now, I woke up, or I slept until I woke up. I did not set an alarm. After I slept about 11 more hours. And when I got up, I was good to go. But I had a hard day ahead of me. And my fever was gone. I wasn't tired anymore. Still a little nauseous, not as bad. Definitely didn't have my appetite back. Still didn't want to eat. As a matter of fact, I tried to eat something. I took one bite and I was like, that's it, I'm done. But I was able to get probably 700 miles in. So I was able to get what I needed to get into today. And no fever. My arm is a little achy, but not real bad. Definitely, I think I'll be able to actually sleep on it, because that's the side I sleep on. So tomorrow I've got just under 700 miles that I've got to crank out. I actually did more miles today than I need to do tomorrow, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be okay. And hopefully I'll be able to stomach food tomorrow. I did get some food into me. I forced myself because I know I needed it. But I probably needed more food in me than what I got today. So I'm going to go to bed, not set an alarm. I don't have any specific timetable. I just need to be there. I have to get there in time to get some sleep because they'll wake me up when I have my appointment on Monday morning. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get everything posted.